Hi, everyone. My name is Lamia, and it is my absolute pleasure to kick off this presentation, which focuses on the findings and the goals of the Climate Sustainability and Gender Equality Action Group over the course of the Big Brainstorm. Our action group is composed of 29 youth leaders from 13 different countries, most of whom are a part of GirlUp at the UN Foundation. GirlUp is a youth-centered leadership development initiative working to achieve gender equity worldwide. GirlUp was founded by the UN Foundation in 2010 as an initiative to help support UN agencies that focus on adolescent girls. Since then, our leadership development programs have impacted 125,000 youth through 5,600 clubs in 130 different countries. Our goal is to inspire a generation of youth to become a force for gender equality and social change. GirlUp is also a proud member of the Unlock the Future Coalition. In addition to myself, today you will hear from 6 other girls who are part of our action group: Ilinka, Charmika, Ogechi, Teya, Zehra, and Anushka. In our presentation, we will iterate the importance of advocating for climate change and climate action through a gender lens, and share how we plan to accelerate climate progress and gender equity in 2022.
To begin, we believe climate action requires a focus on gender equality because climate change disproportionately impacts women and girls out there. This is mainly because females represent the majority of world's poor and are more dependent on, let's say, threatened natural resources than other groups are. As the climate change intensifies, girls and women will relatively face greater levels of poverty, violence, instability, and other spillover effects, as well as limited access to basic needs such as, food, water, clean air, and shelter.
Despite their vulnerability to climate change, we also know that any solution to the climate crisis is incomplete without girls and women. Yet, they remain severely underrepresented in climate-related decision-making roles and groups. But those who are at the forefront of the environmental justice movement have proven, without a doubt, that girls and women are also the solution. They have the knowledge, skills, and the capacity to strengthen their community's ability to combat and mitigate climate change. Therefore, by including girls and women, we can greatly accelerate climate progress and, just as importantly, also advance gender equality.
Our action group plans to educate and empower young leaders between the ages of 13 and 24 to advocate for climate action and gender equality. Over the next few months, our group will produce a written advocacy guide focused on A, teaching youth about the relationship between climate, sustainability, and gender equality; B, investing in the personal leadership skills of youth in the climate and gender equality movements; and C, empowering youth to sustainably cultivate their peers' and communities' capacities in advocating, organizing, fundraising, and storytelling for climate action. These 4 social impact skills have successfully driven GirlUp's global movement over the past decade.
In our guide, we will include information on the impact of climate change on girls' rights, including their sexual and reproductive health, education, and livelihoods. We know that during and after periods of climate crisis, girls are at increased risk of violence, trafficking, and child marriage, and they are often forced to drop out of school to support their families and are more likely to become malnourished. If young leaders are equipped with this information, they will be better able to advocate for investment in action that tackles the specific impacts of climate change on girls' rights and well-being.
In our guide, interactive activities that build important skills. For example, one of our organizing activities will teach girls how to work with their peers to organize a climate-related service project in their communities. And one of our advocacy activities will teach our readers how to write a compelling letter, speech, or even social media campaign advocating for climate justice. At the end of each activity, we will spotlight a youth leader working at the intersection of climate change and gender equality, energizing and inspiring our youth advocates to enact the same change.
We plan to have the first draft of our guide ready by May and a final draft ready by September of this year. The guide will be an open source available in GirlUp's online community platform, which is a growing platform of over 8,500 members, representing over 2,500 GirlUp clubs in 130 countries. And we're not going to stop there. We also plan to share this resource on various social media platforms, a youth-led podcast, through virtual workshops, and hopefully an in-person climate and gender equality summer camp. Finally, we will measure the impact of our guide by tracking the number of downloads from our host platform and collecting the stories of those applying lessons into action. And that's all for now. At this time, if you would like to pose any questions or would like to join our group, please email our group leader, Tanya, using the email you see on your screen. And on behalf of the entire Climate, Sustainability, and Gender Equality Action Group and girls everywhere, thank you for listening.